Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. This video presentation will tell you regarding the youth mental health. For your info, youth that have a mental health was started from the age of 16. This data come from the TV3 news on 2018. On that news, from the data from the psychiatrist and the lecturer of ITM, Dr. Nur Faiza Ali, the percent is quite high and is a worry things. So worry things. So the percent is quite high. The range for the youth is 1 to 3, one from 3 of people's. From 1 to 3 of youth have mental issues, so it's quite a huge number, and more shocking, from the 5.5 billion people, closely to 1.5 billion have these issues. So it's a big issues need to be taken care of. So from this video, from this assignment, I want to tell you about the objective of this assignment. We take this issue as a assignment. First, this is we want to tell you that why it is important about the youth, what the youth mental health is important, why youth mental health is important. From the assignment, I want to tell you the importance of the youth mental health. Second, to tell you the challenge, the issues, and the problem that face for the youth mental health. The third one, how to resolve this issue. Okay, that's the three objective. The objective of the assignments. Okay, for the first objective, why youth mental health is important. As you all know, youth mental health, youth is the future of the country. So if we don't take care of it, the future of the country will be drops. Company economy will drops, and country will not go far. So the reason why important to check to have these issues is to early detect, to take steps to overcome these issues before it become bad issues. So that's the reason and the why is important regarding the youth mental health issues. Okay, for the second one, for the introductions, I want to tell you about I want to give you a little bit of overviews. So for the overviews, I will tell you this simple stories of animation. What is a mental health, and what the steps need to be taken. What is the way to overcome it. But this one is the overview only, very simple stories. Okay, watch the movie, watch the story.
This film is about mental health, talking about it and listening to others.
Mental health is about our feelings, our thinking, our emotions, and our moods. Everybody knows how to look after physical health, but looking after our mental health is just as important, because you can't see it, you need to talk about it.
Good morning, Afia.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Kai.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Sid.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Sophie.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, Miss.
This film is all about Jay and us. We're her friends. We're all 10 or 11 years old.
All in the same school, live in the same area, but we're all very different to each other.
We all have different feelings every day. They come and go.
We can feel excited,
Silly, angry, nervous, grumpy, confused, lonely, happy, confident.
These are small feelings that we all have every day. What can we do when small feelings are bothering us?
I like KFC, or I like going in the bath. I would probably write it down. You'll feel it's out of you and on the paper. I usually read a book, so I can just escape into the book and then my worries are behind me. When I feel stressed, I usually just turn the shower on and sing in the shower. Just like sit down and play on my favourite video game, really. You could count until you don't feel stressed.
Sometimes we can have big feelings and they don't go away. Big feelings can affect our mental health.
Big feelings can stop us getting on with our lives. They can change how well we feel, how we behave, how we see the world, and how we get on with other people.
Some of Jay's feelings stayed too long, and they got too big for her to manage on her own.
What's wrong with Jay? She's usually mature and good at getting her work done.
How are big feelings affecting Jay?
Am I in a jungle? Am I in the sea? My head is going crazy. Will you come and save me?
My tummy hurts. I can't get to sleep at night. I can't concentrate at school. It feels like I have a volcano inside of me, getting hotter and hotter.
Sometimes it might help to talk to someone about our feelings.
Okay, you already see the story, right? The story of the mental issue is displayed into two: big feelings and small feelings. The issue regarding the mental youth mental issues is the big feeling. The small meeting is no issue. It can be calmed down by a simple hobbies, but the big feelings need to be talked to someone to settle that problem. That's the overview of the simplest ways to tell you what is mental thinking. Okay. To tell you for regarding these videos presentations, there are flow of the presentation. First, I will tell you about the challenge that we face, challenge for the youth mental health, and my partner will be tell you about the issues and the problem regarding the mental health, and I will tell you back how to overcome the mental health. That's the flow, and that's the flow of this video. Okay, regarding the mental health issue, the challenge in Malaysia, there's two challenges we have. First is the lack of awareness of the peoples, and second is the policy insurance of the Malaysian people's society. The lack of awareness because mostly of Malaysian peoples not adapt to this mental issues. It's look to this issue is in the small matters, but sometimes the small matter can become big matters, so it's not a good things. We should mental issues for the lack of that make the society lack awareness regarding this. So for the policy insurance societies, Malaysian society is easy to say embrace regarding these issues. This illness is not they doesn't want to take care of this thing before it happens. So to overcome it before this become burden to them. That's why these issues become a challenge. Okay, for the my partner will continue regarding this.
Life is not always smooth sailing. Life seems so full of sweet dreams when we are young and carefree. As a youth, it's normal to wish for good things in future. A permanent job with a stable salary, a dream car, a home of our own. While some young working adults may face a mix of trials and tribulations, others struggles with emotional and physical issues as soon as they leave the university life and in these states enter into the working world. Though each generation has faced its our own set of problems, dilemmas faced by young adults during present times appear to have wide-ranging social and economic problems. With the rising numbers of being diagnosed with depressions, anxiety, or other mental health issue problems, common issues amongst them are stressed because competitions with so many candidates while job hunting. The tough situation is that we're starting to pay PTPTN, also known as National Higher Education Fund Corporation Study Loan, another financial distress. Sometimes emotional affected by what sees on Instagram. Friends who have made it, hired by big companies, have bought a new car or living a fancy lifestyle. Hope that my time will come. Besides having to pay study loan, the pressure of job hunting is never escaped from this issue. For instance, a postgraduate employees working as a human resource recruiters but graduated in bachelor degree for petroleum geoscience had a huge tough time finding a good job that was relevant to her qualifications. In addition to that, finding a permanent job is not that easy. Most companies offer a permanent post only to those with more experience and envy to those who have managed to get permanent jobs and have started to plan their future. Higher functioning depressions or dysthymia may be harder to detect when major depression disorder, or also known as MDD, because the people living with it are often high achievers who makes you think everything is all right all the time. More on plate, the coping mechanism among today's generations are different as they are exposed to more factors that can emotionally and physically affect them in life. In general, having more young adults stressed or experiencing symptoms of stress-related illness such as anxiety or depressions due to life experience or environmental factors. It is not only happening here, but all around the globe, due to the fact that there are a lot more on the plate of happening here. Was 29.2%, which was threefold increase from 10 to 7% in 1996. Stress is among the main factors that can lead to mental issues. It can also cause a number of physical ailments such as chronic headaches, difficulty to sleeping or eating disorders. Ultimately, it will affect one's ability to perform or function normally and productively. By other multiple factors, struggling to cope with studies, work, new financial commitments, family expectations, and relationships are among the topics of concern for young adults. Competition and the needs to be par of ahead of their peers also cause of stress. Another factor that creates stress is high expectation from the family and society. We're raised in a society where we expected to follow a standard path to success in life, as well as in Asian culture, you're not supposed to air your dirty laundry in public. These are among the factors that cause friction between individuals and their parents. As for this includes the education ministries, given the prevalence of the problems among the teenage school children and students. Some are primary school children victims of turbulent marriage, breakups, and the inevitable broken home. Given the surge in cases, it is understandable that Malaysia's lack the coping mechanism to ensure that adequate help is extended to all mental patients. The average.
Okay, continue for the prevention steps or more to solution to these issues. It can be said we have 4 steps. No 4 steps. No, not 4 steps. 4 way to overcome is first, predicting the risk of depression in youth around the world. Depression is already global, so predicting is another issues. But if you want to make a predictions, we need a more data. So research need to be made. So as like Dr. Valeria Mondeli aims, they change this groundbreaking global project is to analysis the data. It's a project to analyze the data to settle this on. Okay, the second way is to improving the mental health of the young people in cares. Like I will give you an example. Dr. Rachel Hiller is make a data to the local authorities to improving the way to take care of the youth mental health treatment. So the quality will become better. And the third one is investing the connection between bullying and the mental health. This is important because mental health issue mostly come from stress and mostly from depressed. Because why? If they have a dark side, a dark memory, it's easy for the youth people to have these mental issues. Okay, the last one and the last way is to provide personal mental health treatment for the young people. This one is mostly research into the gaps of age, of race, of demographic conditions. They gain the data and make the analysis and give the analysis the outcome on how to give a personalized treatment. Okay, that's the four solution we get. So that all.
To come to the conclusion, approximately 10 million children with mental health issues are using healing or rehab therapies based on their parents' report. The main reason why the parents choose rehab for their children was because of their desire for a more natural and holistic healthcare approach. Given that most parents perceive rehab therapies as helpful, future students should investigate the unique contributions of pediatric psychiatric care. Approximately 10 million children with mental health issues are using healing or rehab therapies based on their parents' report. The main reason why the parents choose rehab for their children was because of their desire for more natural and holistic healthcare approach. Given that most parents receive rehab therapies as helpful, future students should investigate the unique contributions of pediatric or psychiatric care. Parents with higher educations and family income compared to those with lower education and family income were more likely to have their children use therapies. Therefore, effective strategies are needed to reduce economic differences in accessing therapies. Low percentage of use was recommended by mental doctors, indicating that educational interventions or equipping medical professionals with knowledge and experiencing will be conducive to more effective patients, pediatricians, communications in terms of the use. Coming back to the future implication, mental health disorder, including depressions and anxiety, are contributors to suicide.
Verbal and physical bullying and cyberbullying are also factors pressuring the oppressed to commit suicide. The rapid growth of social media had become banned for international bodies to intervene when someone was exposed to cyberbullying. Negative phenomenon may not have entered in countries such as Africa, but it was proven to Namibia that the impact of some very negative social media exposures, as for example, when people are being exposed and talk very graphically about suicide, which can be contagious to young people. Social media users who deliberately push others to take their own life baffle many experts and pose a challenge to government around the world. Youth social capital was directly associated with depressions and substance use disorder, which suggests but do not prove an ethological relation between them. Additionally, there was support for substance use disorder as a mediator between social capital and depression. These findings suggest an additional research for a longitudinal nature is needed to determine potential causing connection among social capital, depressions, and substances use disorder for adolescents, which could lead them to specific recommendation for intervention. Treating incipient substance use disorder may have an independent effects on reducing depression symptoms, although the directions of the effects between this construct could not be established. Thus, taking care of our youth from mental health disease really important to manage our future. It's important to have a brighter future for them. Thank you.